Sports presents St. Luke's Sports Medicine Game of the Week.
From Maloney Stadium in Phillipsburg, New Jersey, we've crossed the Delaware for a New Jersey matchup between the Stateliners of Phillipsburg and the Union Farmers. Pleasant good evening, everyone. Alongside Terry Maynor, I'm Matt Marcus. This is the D11Sports.com High School Game of the Week, and we are presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine. Terry, we've got one team coming in off their first win of the season, the other off their first loss. So, maybe it's an opportunity to, and a need to keep emotions in check in a game like tonight.
Yeah, and like you said, both of these teams, kind of on opposite ends of the line. Of course, last week, we had Union getting their first win over South Brunswick. Last week we had Phillipsburg getting their first loss against St. Joe's. So, one team's coming in trying to build off momentum from last week. The other team's coming in trying to find their identity in Phillipsburg. I think when you combine those two, you usually end up getting a good matchup.
So let's talk about them a little bit more in detail. We'll start with Phillipsburg, the host team. It was a scoreless tie at halftime against St. Joseph's of Metuchen, but giving up 3 scores to lose 21-0. Unbeaten season is gone after that. And what's the message you think for a team to kind of rebound from that and what was a tough loss?
Well, like I said, you kind of have to redefine your identity again. You kind of have to find who you are after a tough loss. Coach Grant even said last week. I'm sorry, not Coach Grant. Coach Duffy said, while we talked to him on the field, it's really about just, finding who we are once again overall as a team, playing hard. And he said some teams even need that loss. They need to be humbled a little bit. So how you, bounce back, how you rebound, it's going to, define who Phillipsburg is overall tonight.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting. He says you don't want a loss. Nobody wants to lose, but sometimes those are the best teaching moments, and maybe that's something that can propel you moving forward. On the flip side, Union, it's been a tough season so far. They lost their first 5 games. They picked up a victory last week, a dramatic victory at that. We'll get into it in a little bit, but it's a team that has a lot of young talent, and maybe still trying to find their way. But they've been in a lot of these games, even despite the 1-6 record now. Yeah,
and that 1-6 record does not define who this team is. Coach Grant said, we've been in all those games. We know who we are. We just essentially have to finish. So for them to be able to get a win last week, their first win, they've got to come in with all the momentum. Confidence is sky high, and if they can carry that here tonight, they can put another win in the win column.
It's a beautiful night here in Phillipsburg. It's starting to feel like fall weather on a Friday night here in New Jersey. We'll take a quick break. When we come back. So much more to get into as the Stateliners host the Farmers this evening. This is the D11.com, D11Sports.com High School Game of the Week. We are presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine.
You're determined to stay active and enjoy life. Be at your best every day with St. Luke's Orthopedic Care. Start here and we'll get you back to doing what you love. With locations throughout the region, including St. Luke's Orthopedic Hospital West End campus, the best place for orthopedic care is always close to home. St. Luke's Orthopedic Care. Start here, go farther.
Did you know that every year our nation's hospitals are graded on quality and safety? Did you know this information is publicly available? Did you know that St. Luke's has earned 5 stars for quality and straight A's for safety? St. Luke's is the only PA-based health system and only 1 in 3 health systems in the nation to earn these outstanding recognitions. St. Luke's, the only locally based healthcare network serving as a model for the nation.
And welcome back to the broadcast. D11Sports.com High School Game of the Week presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine. Phillipsburg hosting Union. Let's go through the keys to the game tonight presented by New York Life.
And, of course, the keys to the game on the Union side, first and foremost, they want to limit big plays and be able to contain the run. They've got a runner on the side, Phillipsburg, that, we're going to talk about in a few moments who, if he gets it going early and often, it's going to be a bad day for Union. So they want to make sure they contain him early and often, and, of course, control the clock and capitalize on opportunities. They're going to have plenty of times to be able to get down the field, their offense, put something in zone, put something upright, just put points on the board. They have to make sure when those opportunities do come, they're able to capitalize and cash in on them. And, of course, on the other side, Phillipsburg establish a run. As we already spoke about Sam Deck, he's, probably one of the better running backs here in New Jersey. So they want to make sure they get him going early and often, give him the touches, and make sure that he flashes and dashes as this game goes along. And, of course, limit explosive plays on defense. You said it last week. They were a 0-0 tie, coming out of halftime, giving up, those 3 other touchdowns. If they can make sure, Phillipsburg, if they can make sure that Union has an uncomfortable time on the offensive side, Phillipsburg feels they will come out on top tonight.
It's interesting how often the keys to the game are very similar from one team to the other.
Yeah.
And look, it's high school football. Control the clock. You do that a lot by running the game and try to keep the other team from having those big plays.
Yeah, for sure.
It seems simple, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But that's why we're up here. We're not calling plays.
Yeah, it's easier said than done, but whatever team can get it done, as we're going to see, is going to be walking off from smiling faces tonight.
Those keys to the game were presented by New York Life. For over 175 years, New York Life has been helping families and businesses with their life, disability, and long-term care planning needs. Whether you have current coverage in place or in need of reviewing your options, please contact our office in Allentown to find the right plan to fit your needs. Call New York Life at 610-616-4430 today. As we see the Stateliners take the field, coming in from a little different direction. At some point, you might see in the background they're redoing the field house. So that's all shut down. They're not dressing in the locker room that they probably have for 100 years or so.
Yeah.
So that I'm sure that's going to be it's a great project and something that's going to be great for the community and for this team. So coming out from a little different section, but look, the field's all the same size, and it's Friday Night Lights, and they're itching to get that taste out of their mouth from a week ago.
For sure. Yeah, and we were on the field earlier when we were talking to Coach Duffy. We heard the animosity. We heard the excitement that these Stateliners are trying to put into this game. When you come off a loss, you just want to put it in the back of your head. Next week you have an opportunity to remedy that situation, and that's what we could see from the Stateliners tonight. They seemed fired up and ready to go.
That being said, on the other side, they were also fired up, trying to build off that win from last week, and also they know that they lost 44-0 in this matchup a year ago.
Yeah,
it was on the road for Phillipsburg. It was obviously at Union, but that's going to be a bad taste in their mouth. That they want to reverse that, and they also want to build off of what they were able to do in that win last week.
Yeah, and fired up is certainly an understatement. We had to be told to kind of move off the field by Coach Grant because Union was so fired up and ready to go. And like you said, when you think about the game last year and how that went out, coming into this week, you kind of have that in the back of your head, like, hey, this team got us last year. We got to win last week. Let's keep that momentum building. Let's get back a W from last year, and let's keep moving forward. Do the Union Farmers want to do?
We mentioned a few times that Phillipsburg last week, it was scoreless at the break. Well, talking about Union, they trailed 10-7 going to the fourth quarter. They won that quarter 15-3. They were leading by 1. They blocked a field goal attempt by South Brunswick. Cody Hardy ran it 60 yards back for the touchdown to seal that victory. So not only was it their first win, it was a dramatic win at that. Certainly something that they can hope to build off of tonight.
And certainly, for teams in any sport, dubs are dubs. Doesn't matter how you get it done. I understand that it's dramatic. I understand that, kind of took you towards the end of the game. And Union could be seeing the same thing coming in tonight. This Phillipsburg team is tough on all cylinders. If Union wants to win, they're going to have to play 4 quarters of big-time football. And I hope, like I've been telling you all night, I hope we get an exciting matchup here tonight.
Why don't we throw our players to watch up there before we run out of time? We were trying to fill a little bit because there's the anthem on the way, but why don't we see what we can do here? And actually, you know what? They're going to have us stand and remove our caps. So first, it's going to be God Bless America, Senior Ava Fiore will sing that, and then the band will present the anthem.
Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above, from the mountains to the prairies to the oceans wide with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Please remain standing as we pay tribute to the greatest nation in the world with the Phillipsburg High School Marching Band playing our national anthem.
The national anthem presented by the Stateliner Marching Band after God Bless America by Senior Ava Fiore. And we teased you a moment ago. Let's actually get to the players to watch this evening.
And players to watch for the Farmers, Elijah Bryant, their quarterback. You see the stats. Do not let these stats fool you. This kid is young. He is smart. Coach Grant said, and I quote, "That is my guy." Every week he's continued to grow. That's what you want to see out of a young player. He could have a big impact tonight. And on the other side, we've already mentioned a little bit, Sam Deck. You see those stats, 11 touchdowns already, and we're almost halfway through the season. He's going to be a big key factor in getting Phillipsburg going early and often tonight.
Today's game brought to you by Michael R. Glovis, financial advisor, and Morgan Stanley, located at 101 Larry Holmes Drive, Suite 301, Easton, PA. For all your investment needs, call Michael R. Glovis at 610-559-6380. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC, member SIPC. You see the coin toss about to happen. Terry, we've talked at length about both teams either one of them trying to rebound, the other trying to build momentum. When it comes to getting the ball first, how do you feel in that situation? You want to kind of set the tone, or do you want to let your defense try to set that tone?
Well, I mean, on both sides of the ball, regardless, that opening drive has to be a tone setter. Regardless if you're on offense, regardless if you're on defense, you have to establish this is the kind of game we're going to bring out tonight. So regardless of who gets the ball, just that opening drive has to be the driving force behind how your team's going to perform for the rest of the night.
Stateliners have won the toss. They will defer, so Union's going to get the ball first, and it's going to be their opportunity to try to set the tone and build off of what was an impressive victory last weekend. And this is a proud program, just 6-7 years removed from a state championship, but a very young team.
Yeah.
We got that from Coach Grant, just the youth and in a way inexperienced, but that's a team that you can build upon. And maybe it's not going to be the best of records for this year, but that could be a team to watch out for in the next year or two.
Yeah, certainly. And when you have a team selling, Coach Grant, you have the opportunity to essentially rebuild the foundation of the high school that you're coaching at, that being Union. As you said, just a couple years off of a state championship. They have an opportunity to really grow in these next few years, and like you said, they could be a force coming down the line.
Phillipsburg, of course, has everything still in front of them despite the loss the other day. They're still in prime position to even have home field advantage for much of the New Jersey playoffs. And they want to keep that rolling as Alexi Morera will kick off. Chadley Payut back to receive, as well as Cody Hardy, who had that return for the touchdown to seal the victory, their first of the season 1 week ago. Morera puts the ball in the air, and we are underway. And it is Hardy just outside the 15-yard line. A good burst down the far sideline, out past the 40-yard line. Good field position to get things underway for the first down for the Farmers.
And even so, a good special teams play can really jolt the rest of the team. I mean, technically speaking, that special teams play, the kickoff, is the first play of the game. And being able to return it, get yourself good field position, can spell wonders for the Farmers going down the line.
We talked a lot about their quarterback, Elijah Bryant, a sophomore. Got a good future ahead of him, and they ask a lot of their young quarterback. He puts it in the air quite a bit. Already on the season, 151 attempts.
Yeah, like I said, those numbers earlier, do not let that fool you. This kid's young. Yes, he's got a lot of experience. Yes, he has some mistakes here and there, but he's growing. He's developing. That's what you like to see out of a sophomore quarterback.
He's going to put it in the air on the first play. It's caught. Should be a first down. He breaks free. It's definitely a first down. Out to the sideline to Jameer Hall. And a good start on first down for the Farmers. Kind of caught it at the sticks and then thought he was going to lose a little bit.
This was a rocket over to Hall, and yeah, it looked like that ball was out, but I think they may have already declared him down. Regardless, it's a great start for the Farmers.
Looks like it's also going to be a hold. So the flag came down. It was Hall who recovered the fumble, I should say. We'll see where they mark it and then move the ball back after the penalty. We'll redo first down. It came after achieving what we thought was the first down. It'll be 1st and 5. Bryant, quick pass to the near side. Hardy is going to get a few before brought right back down to the ground by Michael Bracco.
Great job by Phillipsburg, seeing the screen, be able to get off a couple of blocks and make a tackle. And as we say that, we're going to show you some of this offense for Union. We already talked about Elijah Bryant. Jameer Hall is going to be a guy that they want to make sure that they try and get him the ball early and try and get him sprung, and this offensive line is going to really be a big key in that.
Two wide receivers to either side. Jameer Hall, the running back, out there with Bryant. He'll set up to the right of him in shotgun. The flag, a delay of game, not what you want to see if you're Barris Grant on the far sideline.
And it looks like they were trying a reverse, coming back, toss reverse. And it looked like there was a little bit of room to that left side, and unfortunately that flag gonna negate any sort of gain they were trying to make.
And Jalen Beckett got the toss. But it's now 2nd and 8 from where we thought it was going to be a first down. The hold, a short play, and then the 5-yard penalty.
Already a couple of penalties starting to doom the Farmers early on.
Low snap, handoff to Hall. towards the far side, looking for that edge. He's going to pick up the first down and more. Knocked out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. The marking at the 39. It'll be 1st and 10 for Union.
Like I said, it's someone that they want to make sure they really get going early. You know, yeah, it was a bobbled snap, but able to give it to Hall. And when he has a little bit of green grass and it starts to accelerate, it's hard to bring him down. Fortunately, they were able to throw him out of bounds with the State Liners.
He averages 6.9 yards per carry. Had a long of 89 earlier this year. He's out there again in a blocking situation. They'll go deep down the line and just out of the reach of the intended receiver. That was Cody Hardy down the far sideline.
And I like the opportunity, taking a shot, you know, having one-on-one, and Hardy was trying to get underneath it.
It's going to be 2nd and 10.
Now we're going to take a look at the Phillipsburg defense, and this defensive line. I spoke with, defensive coordinator Chris Labach, and he said this defensive line's got to be the dominating force in this game. Elijah Montgomery, Aiden Highwell have to be those guys that control the line of scrimmage throughout.
Former Wilson head coach?
Yes, Chris Labach, former Wilson head coach.
Hand off to Hall. He's not going to get anywhere, maybe lose a yard. It's going to be 3rd and long for Union after couple promising plays on this opening drive.
Great job by the State Liners to overall just stay tough, stay disciplined in what they do, not give up anything too big, and be able to get to a 3rd down.
It's going to be 3rd and 11. I think obvious passing down. They've been trying to pass most of the game so far in the early goings. That's kind of been their MO on the season. 2 wide receivers to the near side. Again, taking some time, and now a timeout. And we've seen the delay of game already. And this is what plagues a team kind of trying to find themselves.
Yeah. Especially in situations where you have a little bit of momentum, and then it kind of gets swiped away because you have a situation where you have to stop the clock, or a situation where a penalty comes onto the field.
No matter your sport or your position, St. Luke's Sports Medicine can train you to avoid injury. And if you do get injured, we're there with the best athletic trainers, performance coaches, physical therapists, and orthopedic sports medicine physicians and surgeons to get you back on your feet and back in the game. St. Luke's is the region's only varsity team in sports medicine. A big 3rd down at the 40-yard line, just outside the 40. 3rd and 11, opening drive. First possession for the Union Farmers. Had a big run by Jameer Hall to set them up in Phillipsburg territory, but it's been no gain or a loss of 1 since.
This front four's got to make an impact. 3rd down and 11. Got to know a pass is coming. Got to get up to the field.
Low snap again. Bryant is brought down by the sack. And it'll be 4th and even longer.
That was Highwell on that inside. As we see here, nice swim move around, able to chase. And like I said, defense coordinator Chris Abbott said, Highwell and Montgomery are going to be 2 players who are going to make big impacts. Highwell doing it there on the sack.
Came in with 2.5, now 3.5 sacks. Leads the State Liners. Jason Blacknell back to receive the punt. It's a good one. It's going to bounce about the 15-yard line, picked up on the far side, and going to lose a yard, as it was Sam Deck who picked it up on the far sideline. Good pressure on that punt. Just not able to get a hand on it. So the State Liners will have their first possession with 8:28 left to play in this first quarter. Sophomore quarterback Dominic Bracco. So sophomore quarterbacks on both sides. It's a team that relies heavily on the running game as Sam Deck 11.9 yards per carry.
And when you have a guy who's, getting those yards per carry each time, how can you not rely on the run game?
He's going to get the first carry. He might
Exactly.
get 11.9 already.
Yeah.
Cuts to the near side. He's got more than 11.9, getting close to midfield. He's knocked out of bounds, maybe just shy of that, and a great first play for Sam Deck and the State Liners. Have another look.
Something we said, they need to establish the run game. Deck in the middle, finds a lot of green grass and a lot of open space, and this kid is jittery when he gets the football. Great job there, opening up for the State Liners.
Pushed out of bounds by Elijah Green at the 49-yard line. Their own 49, 1st and 10, Phillipsburg. Couple of running backs in the backfield. It's going to go to Wargo, the fullback. He's going to dive forward for about 6 yards. Brings up 2nd and 4.
They're going to, when they say establish a run, they're going to try and give the ball to a lot of different guys, of course, Deck being one of them. You just saw Wargo get the football. And when you have a lot of different guys who, can carry the ball and give you success when they do that, you usually end up having a fantastic run game like the State Liners do.
Wargo averages 5.2 yards per carry, picked up 6 that time. Into Union territory. That goes in motion to the far side from the shotgun. It's going to wave that one dead. I think it's going to be a false start, and it is. A little bit of movement on the line before that snap. They'll mark the ball at the 50-yard line. Becomes 2nd and 9 for the State Liners.
And I just want to point out, that was on the right side. One of the guys that moved was Donovan Sampson, the tight end, who actually got the ball. So maybe got a little jumpy because he knew the ball was going to him. It happens.
2 receivers to the near side. And Deck jumped. Be 2nd straight false start, and the State Liners moving backwards.
And these are demoralizing for your offense, having situations where you just kind of shoot yourself in the foot. We saw it on the other side for the Farmers on their opening drive, and now the State Liners doing the same. Maybe just trying to get some of those jitters and kinks out. Again, it happens.
Called by the referee Mickey Kapora tonight. So from 2nd and 4 to 2nd and 14. Clock running. We hit the 7-minute mark in the first quarter. Pistol formation. Handoff is to Deck. Breaks one tackle. Is not going to get too far. He's going to pick up about 2-3 yards. It'll be 3rd and long on their own side of the 50.
Great job by Kristen Burnell on Union side, bursting through the line, at least to slow Deck down just a little bit, but just got to make a tackle. You have an opportunity to bring down a runner like this, you got to capitalize on it.
Third and 11, 11 and a half. And again, you look at those 2 false starts. 3rd and 1's a lot different from 3rd and 11.
Yeah, not many plays that you have in your playbook for these 3rd and long situations, but we'll see what the State Liners do here.
2 receivers to the near side. Bracco back to pass towards the far side, drifting out of the pocket, and towards the first down marker, and it looks like he's going to get it just by about a yard or so. It is a first down for Phillipsburg, picked up by Dominic Bracco.
And one thing we didn't really mention about Bracco was his legs ability, his ability to run. Sees nothing open, knows I'm a better athlete than you. I'm going to take it myself. When he makes decisions like that, it ends up in decisions like this in terms of first downs.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. Deck and Wargo in the backfield. Quick pass to the far side. It's complete. For a first down, Jason Blacknall picks up about 13 or 14 yards. It'll be first and 10.
Great job by Blacknall. 5-yard curl route. Catch it short, take it long, make a guy miss, get up the field. And Phillipsburg starting to move a little bit after these last two plays.
They've gone to the air a few times, but mostly that running game. Slot to the near side. Hand off to Deck up the middle. He's going to pick up another first down inside or about the 15-yard line, and it'll be 1st and 10 again. Looks like they'll mark it about the 14.
Now you're in these situations where you're in the red zone. You know, you have a chance to put some points on the board. I don't want to predict anything, but I would assume they would try and like to, on 1st and 2nd down, give it back to Deck, see what he can get, considering whenever they do give it to him, he breaks out big runs like we just saw there.
I don't know about you, but number 8 just checked in. I don't have a number 8 on my roster. Hand off to Deck. He's on the roster, right up the gut, and a good gain on 1st down.
It's a great job by this interior. You know, Declan, Opdyke, Alex Randazzo, who are moving guys off the line of scrimmage, and you can't speak about Sam Deck and how good of a season he's had without giving these boys up front a little bit of love. And they are setting a tone in this first quarter.
It was a gain of 6, 2nd and 4 at the 8-yard line. Noah Reed is number 8. It goes to Deck, though. And it will be 1st and goal after he picks up the first down.
So on that 1st and 2nd and 3rd down, they do decide to run it a little bit. Works out well for them and gives them a new set of downs. And sometimes you just got to pound the rock. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
And in that, like, short yardage formation from anywhere on the field, because short yardage formation can still pick up 6, 7, if not more. 1st and goal from the 4. And a flag on the far side. Looks like encroachment. So let's pick up another couple. It'll be 1st and goal from the 2. Phillipsburg looks to the near side. Dominic Bracco gets the call. Runs it out to his teammates. Morgo is the fullback. Deck behind him. Bracco under center. Hand off to Deck up the middle and in to the end zone for a touchdown. Delayed call by the officials. They wanted to make sure, but from 2 yards out, Stateliners are on the board.
And it looked like this Union team up front was trying to shift, or it looked like they just trying to get some people in position, and a little bit of confusion on that front line for Union. And when you have situations like that where you can't get everybody on the same page, it ends up being 6 like we saw with Deck.
Alexei Morera for the extra point. It is up and through. 3:19 left to play in the first. Phillipsburg 7 and Union nothing.
Matt, after a drive like that, you know, when you're a defense and you give up 6, your offense has to come out and respond in a bit of a major way. So this offensive drive for the Farmers is going to be pretty key to showing how they're going to be able to respond in terms of when Phillipsburg makes plays on the offensive side.
If you're a student from any District 11 school and are interested in broadcasting, journalism, or photography, check out d11sports.com. Follow your dream and get close to the action as you take part in our student internship program. For more information, contact your athletic director or reach out to Al or Dave at d11sports.com. We have a couple of student interns we hope to hear from at halftime in the postgame. All students here at Phillipsburg: Amber Alexa, Jacob Van Houten, Piper Christine Deemer, she's also a cheerleader tonight, and Ellie Zeckman, also part of the program. Guerrera will kick off. And it is in the air. Inside the 10 by Paiute. Not as good of a return this time, but still decent field position. As he gets out to about the 25-yard line. It looks like they'll mark it at the 24, where it'll be 1st and 10. Touchdown by Sam Deck, his 12th rushing touchdown of the season.
Phillipsburg said that they wanted to make sure they established the run as the game got going along. Establishing the run on the opening drive really is going to mean a lot coming down the road as this game begins to come to a close.
Jameer Hall in the backfield with Elijah Bryant, the quarterback. Man in motion, it's Paiute. He's going to get it on the near side. Actually, Zaire Thompson gets pushed out of bounds just shy of the 30-yard line.
For the Farmers, they don't have to get it back, all in one big play, but to be able to, chunk small plays here and there, get down the field in small bundles, eventually being able to put something in the end zone, that's all they really need. I'm sure they're going to want the big play, but being more methodical is the key to go here.
2nd and 5. Wide receiver to the far side. Josiah Timms comes to the near side. There's 3 receivers over here. They throw far side. It's caught at about the sticks by Jaden Forbes.
I really, really like that. Have a 3 receiver set to the right side. Have one guy on the left side, one-on-one, throw it to him. I think that could be a situation that the Farmers try to get going all night to be able to get some air yards.
Looks like it was Zaire Thompson again. There's 2 14s listed on the roster. They do mark it as a 1st down, 1st and 10 from the 34. 2 wide receivers to the near side. Hall to the left of Bryant. He's going to get the handoff. Darts to the far side, breaks 1 tackle, spins. He's going to pick up the 1st down at about the 42-yard line. Another good run for the junior Jameer Hall.
Kid's got a great twitch to him. It's not going to take, one guy or an arm tackle to be able to bring him down as we see him on this left side. It's not going to take, an arm tackle to bring him down. You have to wrap him up, get a couple of bodies on him. If you don't, you'll see runs like that all night if you're the State Liners.
Minute 34 left as the clock runs in the 1st quarter. Hall's going to get it again, and almost the same play to the outside. They have it bottled up this time. Maybe a gain of 2 as he's pushed out of bounds. They might not even give him 2. Looks like just 1. It'll be 2nd and 9.
You wonder when or if the Farmers are going to take that big shot downfield. We saw it on that opening drive. And you got to imagine they're just itching to do it. But again, doing very, very good job being methodical here to start.
Zaire Thompson has the most yards. Josiah Timms the most receptions. Bryant is back to pass. And it's going to be complete on the far side. Kept his footing to get the 1st down. And that is Thompson again. Stopped at the 41-yard line, but it's a hold, and it's going to come back. Mickey Kapora with the call.
Well, that was a great job by Bryant to feel the pocket kind of collapsing, go left side and find a man Thompson. And yeah, as an offensive player, whenever you make a big play and you turn around, you see that yellow marker, it's a huge, huge sign of anger, knowing that the play won't count.
And we saw that in the first possession as well.
Mm-hmm.
As they're backbreakers. You go from what would have been 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line, and now you're back inside your own 40. 2nd and 20. 19-20. Two wide receivers to the far side. Tight end out there is David Johnson. Hall in the backfield. Swing pass to the far side. It's going to go nowhere in the hands of Josiah Timms. They might give him a yard. It's going to bring up 3rd and long.
They've been trying this short game, in this first quarter. And it's a great job by Phillipsburg just staying disciplined, not giving up anything, deep down the field. And when they do try these screens, be able to get off blocks and make tackles.
There is a player down for the Farmers. It looks like Elijah Bryant. I'm wrong on that, so get you that in a moment. Gave you the keys to the game before. For over 175 years, New York Life has been helping families and businesses with their life, disability, and long-term care planning needs. Whether you have current coverage in place or in need of reviewing your options, please contact our office in Allentown to find the right plan to fit your needs. Call New York Life at 610-616-4430 today. Player is up and gingerly walking off the field. Looks like it is Romeo Ho, the offensive lineman. Hope the training staff can get him back out.
Always good to be able to see a player get off on his own power.
Just like St. Luke's can get you back out there wherever you are. 38 seconds left in this first quarter that has a 7-0 lead for the Phillipsburg Stateliners. 3rd and long. They may have given him a half yard on the play. Cody Hardy comes out wide to the near side. Jalen Beckett in the slot. Tim's going to join him. 3 wide receivers near side. Puts Thompson on the far side. Looks like time is going to be called by Union. As the clock was running, there's 9 seconds remaining after their second called timeout in this half.
Going to be interesting to see, not, like I said earlier, not a lot of plays in the playbook when you get these 3rd and forever situations. So it's going to be interesting to see what they call. If they try to be conservative and probably just try and get a run to be able to punt it and put themselves in a better spot defensively, or if they're going to try and take that deep shot, something big down the field, and try and get some of those big yards back.
Hey, football fans, time to get your pickle on at Pickleball Lehigh Valley. Are you ready to try the fastest growing sport in the country? Grab a paddle and join the pickleball action right here at PLV. Courts, leagues, clinics, you name it, we've got it. Bring your friends, get moving to see why everyone is obsessed with pickleball. Give you the rest of that in a second. 9 seconds remaining. Back to passes, Bryant. Pass to the near side is going to be overthrown, looking for Jameer Hall. There's 4 seconds remaining, and it's going to be 4th and long. Don't wait. Hit the court and join the fun today. Stop by Sportsplex on Crackersport Road or visit pickleballlehighvalley.com.
So they try to screen pass, and a great job by Elijah Montgomery to be able to see the screen, recognize it, follow the running back, and make sure the ball hits the floor.
Jordan Brady is the punter. Blacknall and Deck deep to receive. Almost looked like he was going to get a piece of that one. Also no flag. And Blacknall is going to be dropped soon after catching that punt. And that'll do it for the first quarter. We will step aside. 7-0. Phillipsburg in the lead. They'll have their second possession next. This is D11Sports.com High School Game of the Week presented by St. Luke Sports Medicine.
Learn what makes you unique with no-cost genetic screening through DNA Answers, a community health research program available through St. Luke's. Learn how your DNA impacts your health and if you are at risk for certain cancers and hereditary high cholesterol, a cause of heart disease. Gaining a better understanding of your genetic health risks can help you and your doctor personalize your care for a healthier future. Health insurance is not required to participate. Learn more at dnaanswers.org.
Everyone has a story, and your smile is the best way to tell it. It shows your confidence, greets new friends, and opens the door to new possibilities.
St. Luke's OMS offers all-on-4 dental implants, a revolutionary solution to help you regain your smile.
Dental implants are a minimally invasive procedure that provides a permanent alternative to traditional dentures that will give you immediate results and enhance your quality of life.
Get the smile you deserve with St. Luke's OMS. Contact us today.
Welcome back to Phillipsburg alongside Terry Manor. I'm Matt Marcus. Glad to have you with us here on a Friday night. High school football action. Middle of October already, Terry. Hard to believe we're last couple of weeks of the regular season.
Time flies. Time flies. I feel like I remember being with Al in August and now already getting close to the end of the year.
Take the handoff out of the backfield. A reception, breaking a tackle, and a first down. There's flags on the play as Shane Moore picked up a good chunk of yardage, but it's going to be a block in the back, and it's coming back.
All right, and that's going to be a really hard one to swallow in terms of a penalty. Moore running the flat route and able to catch the ball and make a couple of people miss. Great effort there, but like I said, the most demoralizing part of an offense are penalties. Looks like there's also another injured player on the field.
That's the other demoralizing part, especially after you got the good play, or so you think. It comes back, and then the training staff has to go out. Well, we've seen that a few times in the early goings of these penalties. A couple holds, the false starts that make what could have been 3rd and 1 into a 3rd and 11. Mm-hmm. And this is what coaches it's what gets coaches a little grayer than they normally would be.
I know what you mean.
to try to put it nicely, it's certainly something that coaches are going to harp on, I'm sure, during film sessions during the week.
And as a player, sometimes I understand, in terms of holding calls, you're just trying to make sure that whoever's carrying the ball has room and has space to go, and trying to make sure you keep a body off of them. And sometimes you just grab a jersey. Like I said, it happens, but you got to be able to limit these. Otherwise, they could really be demoralizing to the rest of the game and the rest of the offense.
And sometimes you quickly understand how somebody got so loose for a big game, a big gain. It's because there was a hold, or in this case, a block in the back. And there were 2 different officials that threw the flag on that one, so it seemed pretty clear with that. As the player is up, and it was Moore who had that play that really is not going to count anymore because of the block in the back.
I never want to speculate injuries, but with the trainer holding his arm, it looks like could have something to do with his forearm or his shoulder. Just hope he's all right and be able to return to the game.
Following the penalty, it'll be 1st and 12 for the state.
It'll be 1st and 12 after the penalty. And that's another one. The penalty happened so far into the play.
Yeah.
Bracco under center. Hand off to Deck, who's back in there. Cuts to towards the near side. He's going to pick up the first down and then some. Pushed out of bounds about the 32-yard line. A big gain on that 1st and 12. It'll be 1st and 10.
Matt, how do you erase a big penalty? Come back on the next play, get some big yards again. They know that what they've got in Deck. They're going to give it to him. And like I said, this is a kid who it's not going to take a couple of arm tackles to bring him down. He is going to make a couple of people miss on his pursuit to getting big yards. Exactly what he did there. So it's nice to be able to rely on the run game like the State Liners are doing.
They mark it at the 34-yard line. 2 receivers to the far side. Bracco looking for Deck off his hands, and dangerous pass. Falls to the ground, though. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Just a little high for Deck. Going at left side and got some hands on it. And like you said, it was a dangerous pass. Fortunately, it fell incomplete.
Second and 10 at the 34-yard line. Reed and Michael Bracco to the far side. Jason Blacknell to the near side. High snap. Bracco's going to take it himself. He's going to maybe get to the first down, or not first down, to the line of scrimmage, but now it's going to be a first down. That is a late hit out of bounds.
Looks like that was Elijah Green who put a bit of a licking on him, and we're going to see a flag on there. And I don't know if that was a designed quarterback run or maybe the snap was a little high. Bracco felt like the play kind of broke down, just took it himself.
There's a player down. It is a Union player. I thought maybe it was Bracco slow to get up, but he is up. The Union staff came over. And again, you look at an inexperienced, a young team trying to find themselves. They were about to force 3rd and long. But the late hit, 15-yarder. And now it's going to be inside the red zone for the Stateliners.
Too many situations early on. The Farmers are kind of jabbing themselves in the foot. Having situations on both sides of the ball where they have a situation to be able to get off the field or have an opportunity to get off the field or have an opportunity to make a play on the offensive side, and then you see a marker come in.
It's 11 minutes, 24 seconds left. It's actually a referee. One of the officials got taken out in that scrum. See if they have to go a man down for the rest of the game. That does not look like a great situation for the linesman on the near side. Trying to be in position to make a call, and all of a sudden you've got these athletes coming your way.
Dangerous being a referee, also considering you obviously don't have any pads, so try and do their best to stay out of the way and avoid taking hits, but with all these bodies rolling around, it happens, unfortunately.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line. After the late hit, Stateliners driving, looking to extend their 7-point lead. And again, they go to that short yardage formation. No receivers. They're going to bring it. Deck right up the gut to about the 5-yard line. Looks like he's going to pick up the needed 10 for a 1st and goal.
Yeah, and really a credit to this offensive line for the Stateliners. Seems like every time Deck gets the ball, it's probably out 5, 6, maybe 7 yards before somebody actually gets a hand on him. Looks like we're going to see another injury.
This time a Stateliner is down. Player is up and walking off. Zach Furson, senior right tackle. But he walked off on his own power. It'll be 1st and goal from the 5-yard line. Power formation again. Bracco under center. Hand off to Wargo. Fullback up the middle. It's going to be just short of that goal line. 2nd and goal from the 1.
I like that. You're in a 1st and goal situation. Give it to your fullback. See if you can get a little bit of yards on that. Really, in these short yardage situations, they really want to get gritty and grimy in the trenches, do the state liners, and I like it. It's tough-nosed football.
We talked about the running game for Phillipsburg. All of their top rushers average at least 5 yards a pop. It's going to be Deck up the middle, and it is Deck in the end zone for his 2nd touchdown of the night. Number 13 on the season.
Something I said earlier, when you have ball carriers who you can give the ball to and they can make big-time plays, they can get yardage situations, it's positive for your offense. Here they just give it to Deck. Wargo on the block. And it's, not too complicated. You're at the 1-yard line. You have a great running attack. Use it.
Cameron Baylor with the hold, and Alexi Morera trying to make it a 14-0 lead. It is up, and it is good. So Sam Deck, who averages coming into today 11.9 yards per carry, that's going to go up. He's had a lot of big runs this evening. 2 touchdowns for a combined 3 yards.
And it's only the first half, and you got to, keep that in mind. This is what Phillipsburg wanted to do. They wanted to establish the run, and they've done that and more in this first half.
As they say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And it's basically Phillipsburg is saying, we're going to run this. We're going to run it.
Yeah.
We're not even putting anybody outside. Stop us.
Well,
and so far they haven't been able to.
On the defensive side, you could know what's coming. You could know exactly the formations and what they're going to run after it. You still have to execute. You still have to stop it. The state liners are showing that their discipline, their toughness on that front side, on the front side of the offensive line is really working out well. Their run game is working out well, and they're up on the scoreboard.
This may be a little hyperbole, but everybody knew what Mariano Rivera was going to throw. You still couldn't stop it.
Yeah, you still couldn't
you're
stop
going to
it.
hand the ball off the Deck, and until you learn how you show you can stop it, they're going to keep going. Hardy and Paiute back to receive. Morera puts it in the air. It's Paiute about the 5-yard line. Comes to the near side, breaks 1 tackle, out to the 20-yard line. He'll get another yard or 2, where it will be 1st and 10 for the Farmers of Union. We've seen Union twice on offense so far, and they've mixed in some good plays, but they haven't been able to put a sustained drive. Every time they cross or they think they're going to cross the 50-yard line, it's a penalty that brings them back.
And that's all it's about. It's about finishing. You execute, you get down the field. Can you put it in the end zone? You can get down the field all you want, get into enemy territory all you want. If you can't finish, it won't mean nothing.
Bryant in the shotgun. Rolls to his right, puts it in the air. It's caught by Hardy. See where they mark him. Looks like he got to the 35-yard line for a 1st down.
Great job rolling out to the right side. I was going to see here, great job rolling out to be able to give Bryant a little extra time. Finds Hardy, who's really starting to become his wide receiver 1 in this game. He's able to stay strong with the ball, get himself a 1st down.
And Hardy not among the receiving leaders coming into today. We'll see if that changes after what's been a pretty good and busy quarter plus so far. 2 wide receivers to either side. Low snap again. Puts in the air, lofts it far side, and is caught by a teammate out of bounds. That was just thrown away.
Yeah.
Actually, he even dropped it.
And these low snaps are, kind of throwing off the timing in terms of the reads Bryant wants to make. Something that they have to really make sure that they get corrected as this game goes along. Trust me, you don't want to be in a situation where you're already trying to fend for the ball. You're already trying to defend before the play even starts because you had a low or high snap.
Stack receivers on the near side. It's a pitch coming towards the near side of Zaire Thompson. He's going to get to the 40-yard line. Be third and manageable. Just couldn't get the block to spring him loose.
We saw that they tried this earlier, but it resulted in a flag, so it didn't work. Just that pitch to a motion receiver coming in. Have a couple of blocks outside and still puts us at a third down situation. But now if you are the Farmers, this is your opportunity to keep this momentum building by getting a big play.
Slot to both sides. In the air, a little sidearm. Looking for Hardy, but out of his reach. It's going to be 4th down and 5 at the 40-yard line.
It's a bit of a throw off his back foot. Couldn't really place it in there for Hardy. That puts us at a 4th down.
And it looks like they will go for it.
Yeah, it looks like Brian's still on the field.
He was walking to the far sideline to get the play. But 4th and 5 at the 40-yard line. Ball on the near hash. And a timeout is called. That's going to be the final timeout of the half. See if they rethink things. Maybe it was a chance to see what the defense was going to throw out there and call the timeout to try to make sure you have the right play.
And that's usually why you do things like that. Sometimes you just get everyone lined up, formatted, and then you take a timeout, you regroup with the guys and find out where you want to go from there. I like the idea by Coach Grant, and even so I like the aggression 4th down to still want to go for it and keep this drive going.
When you're the underdog, you have to take.
Yeah, you have to take some risks. You for sure have to take some risks.
You're down 2 scores already. If you kick it off, you may be down 3 scores before you get the ball back.
Yeah. And like you said, being the underdogs, you have to take some risks sometimes, but make sure they're calculated risks. Make sure you understand the situation, understand where you want to go from the situation, and make sure everyone's executing on the same page in terms of that, because getting stopped here on 4th down could really turn the tide in terms of this game getting away from Union.
And it is a risk. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
It's high risk, high reward if you can keep the possession going. 8:35 left, still a lot of time here in the second quarter. Trailing by 2 touchdowns. Thompson goes in motion. Bryant swings it to Thompson, lost the ball. And either way, it's going to be Phillipsburg football. It's a matter of, was that recovered inbounds or out of bounds? He did not get to the stick, so it's going to be Peaburg ball either way.
Good job going for the ball by the State Liners. Getting a 4th down stop's not enough. We want to punch the ball out. We want to get ourselves in good position, and looks like there's another injury on the field. But here we go. They do this bubble swing out route to catch, and great job to pop the ball out by Phillipsburg.
And they marked it where Thompson lost the ball. So it's going to be at the 42-yard line, 1st and 10 for the State Liners. Two receivers on the near side. Tight end Donovan Sampson on the far side of the line. Wargo and Deck in the backfield. And Deck's going to go in motion to the far side. He's the safety valve. Throws near side. It is complete at the 35-yard line by Michael Bracco. Bracco to Bracco on that one. For a good gain on 1st down. They'll mark it just inside the 35-yard line. Second down.
They motion and put Deck on the left side to get the defense to shift, then come back to that right side for Bracco. Really like the methodical drives that Phillipsburg's putting in.
I formation. Handoff to Wargo. Fullback dive. Has a hole. Unable to break the last tackle, but a good pickup for a first down inside the 20-yard line.
This is what I mean by methodical. They're not trying anything too huge in terms of the pass because simply they don't need to. They've got ball carriers who they give the ball and they do things like that, get big-time yardage.
And a lot of their passes have kind of been just an extension of the run game as well. They're not going deep.
Short routes.
Yep. First and 10 at the 17-yard line. Under center, Don Bracco. Hand off to Deck, right up the middle. Flips the defender. They'll mark him down to the 5-yard line where it is first and goal.
As we see here, Wargo, the fullback, and they give it to Deck. And like I said earlier, this is a great job by this interior of the offensive line for Phillipsburg, establishing some dominance on the line of scrimmage, moving bodies, and giving Deck a lot of room to run.
I formation again. Deck right up the middle, pushing towards the line. Going to call him short at about the 1-yard line. It'll be second and goal. I wonder what they're going to do here.
Yeah, well, I can tell you what.
The question becomes, fullback Wargo or hand it to Deck. Take your pick.
It seems like it's whatever they want. If they want to give it to Wargo, they want to give it to Deck. It seems like there's positive yardage coming out of both of them. And, well, here we go.
I formation. It's Deck. And it is his third touchdown of the night. And again, this one from 2 yards out, they'll say. Deck is 3 for 3. 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns. He's up to 14 on the year.
And I'm going to continue to show love to this offensive line. Absolutely doing a great, great job at moving guys up front. There's really no stalemates off the line of scrimmage. And they're propelling Deck to a great game, already 3 touchdowns.
Morera for the point after. It is up and it is good. 5:51 left to play in the first half. Peaburg 21 and Union nothing. And that goes back again. We talked about the high risk, high reward of that 4th down play. The problem with it, the pass was behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
So you were asking a lot. Forget about the fumble. You got to hold on to the ball. You're asking a lot. That to me, if you're going to go for it, you run a route past the sticks, give yourself a better chance to try to convert.
Yeah, because like you said, now you're asking your receiver to not only get that first down, but he's got to make a couple of people miss in doing that. But, you know, like we said, it was a high-risk, high-reward kind of thing, and unfortunately didn't work out for the Farmers, and with that they gave the State Liners already good field position.
And to look ahead, Peaburg's going to get the ball to start the second half.
Yeah.
So this is a big possession for Union to try to stop the bleeding just a little bit. Payute and Hall deep to receive the Morera kick. And it's Hall on the far side. Gets past the 20-yard line where he's pushed out of bounds. We'll see where they mark it. It'll be first down Union.
Now, like you said, you know, the State Liners get the ball to start the second half, so makes you kind of wonder how Union is going to play this. If they're going to try and, you know, open up the playbook and do some more plays, explosive downfield. They've already tried to take their shots, but with the situation that we have here, it's essential for Union to, at least try and get something through the uprights, at least try and put some points on the board.
You also have to take the clock down.
Yeah.
Because Phillipsburg just scored. Granted, it was a short field. They just scored in less than 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Hall to the left of Bryant is going to get the handoff. He's going to run right into a wall. And it looks like he's going to lose 2. It'll be 2nd and long. Aiden Highwell was in there on the tackle.
And one thing I noticed when players not out there is Elijah Montgomery. He was injured on the last drive, so going to be interesting to see if he. Oh no, it looks like they do have him back out there.
Trips to the far side, a single receiver to the near side. 5 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Bryant looks to the near side. It's a little too high. Looking for Zaire Thompson. He tipped it, but out of the reach of Vincent Berger, sophomore linebacker, who was out there in coverage.
Unfortunately, that ball was able to hit the ground, got tipped up a little bit. Situation where if the State Liners were able to snag that ball, we could have saw 6 more on the board.
So it's 3rd and long. The incomplete pass, of course, stopped the clock. Now Phillipsburg's licking their chops to try to get the ball with a chance to score again. Big 3rd down play here. 2 receivers to either side. Bryant looking near side. It is incomplete. The defensive back had a better shot at the ball.
Yeah.
The Zion Luzier Palin. And it's 4th and long. Punter's going to have to come back out, Jordan Brady.
Something you mentioned earlier, Matt, time is something that the Farmers were trying to at least get down in a situation where the State Liners wouldn't have enough time to be able to get something going offensively, but with under 5 minutes left, I mean, it's more than plenty enough time.
They burned 50 seconds.
Yeah.
Give or take a few.
Too many situations where time of possession is in the disadvantage of the Farmers in this first half.
Good rush again. Good punt. Dangerous one. It's going to get a good bounce and go out of bounds inside the 45-yard line. The market at the 44 with 4:44 left to play in the first half and a full complement of timeouts for the State Liners if they need it.
Yeah, now they could essentially, take control of this time. They have 4:44 left. They have all the momentum in their corner. They have the scoreboard in their advantage. Just overall, take your time getting down the field. You know you can get down the field in bunches. So for the State Liners, everything in their corner right now.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Wide receiver to the near side and the far side. 2 running backs. Fake to deck. Rocco's going to roll near side, put it in the air, has his brother. Dom to Michael inside the 30-yard line for a first down.
Oh, wait a minute.
Union says they might have the ball. And the officials are saying that he was down. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the State Liners.
Great job. We're going to see here on play action. Rocco's got a lot of time. Steps up a little bit. No better connection than a connection to your brother. Great job on the first down.
Clock running. Under 4:20 now inside the 30-yard line. 1st and 10 at the 29. Two receivers far side. Blacknell near side. Hand off to Deck up the middle. And if not for a jersey hold, he might have got a little further, but he does pick up the first down.
Another great run up the middle for the State Liners. It almost seems like, Matt, that State Liners can do no wrong. Anything they call, anything they try to get down the field, it seems like they'll at least get some small chunks out of it.
We will try to get Peaburg head coach Frank Duffy before he heads to the locker room at halftime. His team right now leading 21-0. Back to throw. It looks like a throw is short, intended for Blacknell. One of the rare mistakes for the offense. Yeah. It'll be 2nd and 10.
It was just another simple curl route, something small. If you're Bronco, you kind of let that one get away from you, but still a situation where they have a 2nd down and a situation where they can still get things moving.
3:20 left in the quarter. Bronco goes far side, Blacknell in the near side, I formation. Dom Bronco under center. Hand off is to Deck behind a blocker. Up to the close to the 10-yard line. It'll be about a yard or two short of the first down. It'll be 3rd and short for the Liners.
With this 3rd and short coming, you're really, in my opinion, I think you're in no situation to try and get everything up to the line and run fast. Only have about a yard and a half to go. But you also have to consider that the State Liners defense has been stout all game, so it seems like it doesn't really matter what direction they go in.
High formation again. Hand off to the fullback, Wargo. He's going to get the first down, and it'll be 1st and goal at about the 8-yard line with 2:34 to play in the first half.
And I like that. 3rd down and short. You still want to try and keep the clock on your side, give it to Wargo, and let him get a little bit.
This is old school football.
Yeah, yeah. Pound the rock football.
And this is Phillipsburg football.
Yeah, oh yeah.
First and goal from the 8. 3 touchdowns of 2, 1, and 2 yards, all by Sam Deck. He's going to get the handoff, drops the ball. He falls back on it outside the 10-yard line. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 11. So we've seen an incomplete pass on this drive. We've seen a fumble, but covered. Just under 2 minutes to play from the 11-yard line. Pitch to Deck. Has some blockers. Spins. Dives into the end zone, and he is. They have not signaled anything. But he is in for the touchdown. Maybe the official got knocked over, a different one now, but it is the 4th touchdown. This one from 11 yards out. And Morera's in there for the extra point.
One thing about that touchdown that may go unnoticed, we're going to see it right here. Dominic Bronco is also going to head upfield to try and give a block to his running back. That is real dedication by a leader. And a great touchdown, great finishing drive by the State Liners as the field goal is good to put us up at 28.
28-0 after the extra point from Morera. Deck clearly got into the end zone. The question was whether or not he stepped out of bounds around the 4-yard line or so.
Sometimes with these officials, it just takes a little bit of talking.
And I never saw the hands go up. I just saw the the place kicker go out there. A little slow on the draw. We've seen that a couple times with the officials, who again are a man down. One of the officials was taken out on a play on the sideline. So 1:41 remaining. Morera will kick it off. Hardy and Payute will be back to receive. Morera kicks it off. It's Hardy at the 10-yard line. Right up the seam. And he's driven back. Good open field tackle by the State Liners. And with 90 seconds left, there's a flag on the field. Little extracurricular on the far sideline because the first half hasn't taken long enough.
Well, in these sort of situations, under these night lights, it gets a little gritty. You know, get a little hand check and a little bit of fighting. It happens. Certainly, you don't want to put yourself in a situation where now your offense is going back because of it.
They mark the ball at the 20-yard line. It looked like a hold at first, and then a dead ball personal foul, both on the receiving team, the Farmers of Union.
And that is demoralizing. To be able to have that with the situation you have already down 28-0. You don't want to put yourself in any more holes where you have to dig them out in the second half. Try to dig them out, that is.
So they're going to go half the distance and then half the distance, I would imagine. See where they do mark the ball. And it's going to be at the 5-yard line, which would make sense. Half a 20, then half a 10. And for a team that drops back to pass, I think, again, Phillipsburg front seven going to be licking their chops.
Yeah, for sure. Especially if I'm his front four. This is a money situation.
Slot on the far side. It's Hall in the end zone behind Bryant. Again, low snap, hand off to Hall. He's going to try to get across the 5-yard line. It's not going to pick up much.
It's not going to pick up much, but at least you're able to get out of your own end zone.
And Frank Duffy arguing with, or at least voicing his displeasure with one of the officials. I think Phillipsburg called the timeout.
Yeah, I believe so.
Because Union
doesn't have any.
Burned their 3 early. Support for D11Sports.com Game of the Week comes from Michael R. Glovis, financial advisor at Morgan Stanley in Easton. For all your investment needs, call Michael R. Glovis at 610-559-6380. Located at 101 Larry Holmes Drive, Suite 301, Easton, PA. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC, member SIPC. They gave him a yard on that one, so it is 2nd and 9. Minute 20 on the clock. Receiver near side and far side. Hall in the backfield at the goal line, and there's movement. And it's a false start. They're going to go backwards.
Really need to clean this up in the second half, do the Farmers. Too many situations where you're putting yourself back because of a bit of a missed assignment or a pre-snap penalty. Never, ever a good sign for a team.
Inside the 5-yard line, 2nd and long. In the end zone, handoff is to Hall. Cuts it out to the outside, has some space past the 20-yard line before he's finally brought down. A good pickup by Jameer Hall. And it's a first down to get out of the shadows of that goalpost.
Great job here by Hall. Going left side. Making a couple men miss. Big stiff arm. Exactly what the Farmers needed.
And if he's not brought down there, he might still be running.
Yeah, for sure.
Clock is running, though, under a minute. Hall still out there to the right of Bryant in shotgun. Again, another low snap. He's going to chuck it up deep. No one's there. In the area kind of was Cody Hardy.
This is a situation I said is going to really derail the Farmers' low snap, high snap, and Bryant sees that. He's able to at least pick it up off the turf, and now he's in a situation where he has to just kind of throw it away to avoid anything major happening for their offense.
Got to be careful, though, because luckily Hardy was kind of in the vicinity.
Yeah.
You don't want it to look like intentional grounding and just throwing it away. Little chuck and duck after the snap rolled back. 3 receivers to the far side. 1 Thompson on the near side. 2nd and 10. Beckett comes in motion. Rolling to the far side. Lofting it in the air. Has a man. Caught. It is a first down. Josiah Timms on the far sideline. Good pickup, the biggest of the evening.
Yeah, that was a beautiful, beautiful throw by Bryant. They've made sure to have him roll out to give him more time, and he just kind of lost it over the top. And a great job by Timms to come down with it. And now the Farmers in a situation where they could put something on the board and at least go into halftime with a tad bit of momentum and a smile on the face.
39 seconds. Bryant looking far side. Out of the reach of his intended target. He's looking for Elijah Green.
Situation where you just got to put it on him. Wide open after running a small curve out to the sideline. Second down situation coming here.
2 receivers near side. He's looking far side, and it's whistled dead immediately. Another false start. And these have been drive killers for the Farmers.
And at the end of the game, when you look at the penalties, you see how many yards you've taken away from these penalties. It's really going to eat you up inside if you're the Farmers. And like I said, there's a lot to clean up in this second half. But they've got to be able to at least do something with this drive as we take it to half.
31 seconds. It's 2nd and 15 now. Shotgun. Tries to avoid the pressure but cannot. It is a 2nd sack of the evening. Looks like Highwell was in there again. And a player down looks to be Jameer Hall, and he's been the bright spot for the offense.
And the upsetting part about being a quarterback is sometimes when you drop back ready to throw, you already got a guy in your face, Highwell, who's been relentless in this first half. Able to get a 2nd sack of the game.
Looks like Peberg then called a timeout. When the stadium's courts and fields are quiet and the crowds are gone, St. Luke's Sports Medicine is still at work. In athletic training rooms, on sidelines, and at practices. Before games and after games, no matter your sport or position, St. Luke's is on your team with the best athletic trainers, performance coaches, physical therapists, and orthopedic sports medicine physicians and surgeons. We'll get you back on your feet and back in the game. St. Luke's is the region's only varsity team in sports medicine. 18 seconds left in this second quarter. 28-0. Phillipsburg in the lead. They'll also get the ball to start the second half, where we expect they will be driving to try to keep that clock running in the second half. Union trying to get something going as their running back was taken out of the game for the moment. Chadley Payute is now in the backfield. Quick pass to the far side. It's caught. Caught by Cody Hardy. Picks up a first down. They'll stop the clock to move the chains inside the 30-yard line.
For this offense, you got to move fast, be able to get something snapped.
They do get it snapped. Looks like it's going to be the final play. A heave down the sideline, and it is falling short of Josiah Timms, and that should be, they did throw the flag. It's going to be a hold, I would imagine, declined, and we are headed to the locker room. And one of our student reporters standing by. Trying to talk to Frank Duffy. Amber Alexa down on the field. Get to her in 1 second. A 28-0 halftime lead. Frank Duffy joins Amber, and we could send it down to the field.
This is Amber, and I'm here with Phillipsburg head coach Frank Duffy. Coach Duffy, what are your thoughts on the first half?
Listen, our guys played really hard. Sammy Deck, number 24, running the ball really hard. Our offensive line's doing a great job, and our defense is flying around and making plays. So a couple of penalties there. I think we had 3 offensive penalties in the first half, so we really got to clean that up, though.
Right. And what are your goals or expectations for the second half?
Just play Phillipsburg football. Don't worry about the scoreboard. I know it says 28-0 right now, but we really got to treat it like a 0-0 ball game and make sure that we're playing Phillipsburg football. And as some second-team guys get an opportunity to get in, they have to hold the standard.
Thank you, and good luck, Coach. Back to you guys.
Thanks very much, Amber, and thanks to Coach Duffy. And Terry, real quick, something that you had mentioned quite a bit in this first half is crediting the offensive line, and Coach did just there as well.
Yeah, for sure, and you got to give them credit. When you have a runner who's having the day that Deck is having, you have to understand the guys up front are making big-time blocks for him, getting him open in space so he can make these big-time runs. And I'm glad Coach Duffy was able to show some love to the big guys up front.
It's senior night for the band here in Phillipsburg. Halftime score, Stateliners 28 and the Farmers nothing. We're going to step aside. This is the D11Sports.com High School Game of the Week, presented by St. Luke Sports Medicine.
Everyone has a story, and your smile is the best way to tell it. It shows your confidence, greets new people, and opens the door to new possibilities. St. Luke's OMS offers a revolutionary dental implant solution to help you regain your smile. The All-on-4 procedure provides a permanent alternative to traditional dentures for individuals who have lost all their upper or lower teeth. The benefits of our All-on-4 are experiencing immediate results, often receiving your new teeth on the same day as surgery, improving daily activities such as eating, speaking, and smiling, leading to a better quality of life, long-lasting and stable implant design, providing a secure fit that dentures cannot. The All-on-4 procedure is minimally invasive, reducing recovery time and discomfort. Our OMS team members are experts in oral surgery and specialize in this type of rehabilitation, ensuring a safe and effective process.
St. Luke's OMS helped me get my smile and confidence back.
Once you have your new smile, our OMS team will continue to support and care for you to promote a smooth recovery. Get the smile you deserve with St. Luke's OMS. Contact us today.
Mellifer. Erwin is escorted by his brothers and his mother, Glennie Coutier du Francois. Franz Francois, his father. And Erwin plans to attend college to study cybersecurity. Ace Dad, low brass. Member of the band for 5 years. Ace is escorted by her mother, Zara, father, Jorge, sister, Angeli, and brother, Aaron. Ace wishes to be accepted into Kutztown University to major in music education and/or music performance with a minor in marine biology. Josiah Dizar, drum block. Josiah is escorted by her mother, Becky. Josiah plans to continue marching band career at Westchester University and major in jazz performance. Sofia Camilla Dominguez Santana, dance team for 3 years. Sophia is escorted by her mother, Heroy Santana, and sister, Catalina, Valentina, Victoria, Valeria. Sophia plans to attend 4-year college to become a nurse practitioner. Shanae Dorsonville, low brass. Shanae is escorted by her mother, Beatrice. Shanae plans to go to a 4-year college for engineering. Ellery First, a member of the dance team. Ellery is escorted by her mother, Christine, father, Brian, and sister, Aylin. Ellery is planning to attend a 4-year college for occupational therapy. Hannah Forsyth, member of the dance team. Hannah is escorted by her mother, Jessie, father, Reinfried, sister, Eleanor, and brother, Jude. Hannah plans to attend a 4-year college or university to take the pre-med track. Valentina Gordon Bermea, percussion for ensemble. Valentina is escorted by her father, Wilmore Gordon, and her mother, Maria Bermea. Valentina plans to attend college for mechanical engineering. Susan Mateo Sanchez, drum major. Sophia. Susan is escorted by her sister, Sophia, cousin Natalie, mother Maria, and father Jose. Susan plans to go to university to study business administration with a concentration in marketing and music production, with a minor in Spanish. Delaney McGuff, flute section. Delaney is escorted by her mother and father, Valerie and Shane McGuff. Delaney plans to go to a 2-year college to study exercise science. Nelicia Neve, color guard. Nelicia is escorted by her mother, Kiera, father Jose, Janelle, stepmom, Elias, her little brother. She plans to attend Pace University for international business. Saphira Parker, alto saxophone. Saphira is escorted by her father and mother, Deborah, and Ray, and younger sister, Amira. She plans to attend Northampton Community College to study funeral services. Will Simmons, low brass. Will is escorted by his mother and father, Glenn and Tracy, as well as his sister, Kayla. Will be attending a 4-year university to study meteorology. Caitlin Turda, flute section. Caitlin is escorted by her mother, Marianne, father, Scott, and her family. Caitlin plans to major in nursing at a 4-year university. Sylvia Joy White, low brass. SJ is escorted by her mother, Angelique, her father, Damien, her older sister, Victoria, and her godfather, Jason. SJ plans on attending Warren County Community College for 2 years, getting her associate's degree in criminal justice before transferring to John Jay. Dylan Zwicker, trumpet. Dylan is escorted by his mother, Andrea, and father, Keith. Dylan plans on attending a 4-year college and continuing his education. Congratulations to all the seniors. Let's give them another round of applause.
Halftime in Jersey, Phillipsburg 28 and Union 0. We'll step aside when we come back. We will give you some highlights of this high-scoring affair. A lot of runs foreshadowing. We'll be back in a bit. This is the D11Sports.com High School Game of the Week presented by St. Luke Sports Medicine.
Did you know that every year our nation's hospitals are graded on quality and safety? Did you know this information is publicly available? Did you know that St. Luke's has earned 5 stars for quality and straight A's for safety? St. Luke's is the only PA-based health system and only 1 in 3 health systems in the nation to earn these outstanding recognitions. St. Luke's, the only locally based healthcare network serving as a model for the nation.
St. Luke's is consistently first in the region to embrace innovative technologies, providing better care for heart and vascular patients. Simply put, you can trust St. Luke's to treat your heart better. When it comes to heart and vascular care, put your heart in the best hands with St. Luke's.
Stay active. St. Luke's Orthopedic Care will get you back to doing what you love. With locations near you, including St. Luke's Orthopedic Hospital West End campus, the best place for orthopedic care is always close to home.
St. Luke's OMS offers a revolutionary dental implant solution to help you regain your smile. The All-on-4 procedure provides a permanent alternative to traditional dentures that will give you immediate results and enhance your quality of life.
Learn what makes you unique with no-cost genetic screening through DNA Answers, a community health research program available through St. Luke's. Learn how your DNA impacts your health and if you are at risk for certain cancers and hereditary high cholesterol, a cause of heart disease. Gaining a better understanding of your genetic health risks can help you and your doctor personalize your care for a healthier future. Health insurance is not required to participate. Learn more at DNAanswers.org.
Welcome back to Maloney Stadium in Phillipsburg, New Jersey. D11Sports.com Game of the Week presented by St. Luke Sports Medicine. The host, Stateliners, a 28-0 halftime lead over the visiting Farmers of Union. Alongside Terry Maynard, I'm Matt Marcus. Glad to have you with us on a Friday night. D11Sports.com. Let's take you through some of the highlights from this first half. They will skew more for the home team, but we'll get things started with the visitors.
And we saw a couple of good throws in the first quarter. That catch and then fumble and pick up by Hall. Saw a couple of good throws by Bryant in this first quarter. A couple of nice runs by Hall, but this one a nice screen. A big hit, putting them down. And it was a very disciplined defense for the Stateliners in that first half. Low snaps, but as we said, Jameer Hall, they were able to get going a little bit. Here a nice scamper to the left side.
Every big play early on, though, was called back with one penalty or another.
Penalties were a driving factor in this score. And, of course, on that defensive side, a couple of sacks. Already said Aiden Myron's name a couple of times. And it's been a very exciting half for the Stateliners running the ball. Sam Deck. Big gain over here. And it's not the last big gain.
That was the first play from scrimmage, I believe, on the Peaburg side.
Yeah, and that was really a tone setter, and also Bracco a little bit with his legs. Showing a lot of poise here in this first half, really sticking to the game plan. That being establish the run, dominate up on the line of scrimmage. So another situation here where it was a nice catch and run.
They use the run, they use the pass when needed. But even that, like you mentioned a few times, those short passes.
Yeah.
But when you've got number 24, you just hand it off.
Yeah, and he's been doing a great job at following his blocks, picking a hole and accelerating through it. Here's the first touchdown of the day for Deck.
That one was from 2 yards out.
And it just seemed like as the game kept going along, the run game was really wearing out the Farmers. But here, a nice bubble screen. That to the right side. Great job by Bryant finding him.
Defense did a nice job of containing them even when they did get a big play.
Right. Another big play here for Hall. They certainly wanted to establish some running ground with Hall, and they were able to do that a little in the first half, but the running game for the State Liners was just a little bit more heightened in terms of being able to get down the field. This another run for Sam Deck. And this Deck's second touchdown. A lot of hard-nosed football in that first half, exactly what the State Liners wanted. We want to line up. We want to punch you in the mouth. We want to give it to our ball carriers. Let them punch you in the mouth a little bit. A nice throw here by Bryant. And they've done a good job at getting Bryant time, having him roll out of the pocket.
They've had some good plays.
Yeah.
This was a fourth down play that did not go their way, but they haven't been able to string them together to really sustain a drive. And it goes back to those keys of the game of controlling the line of scrimmage, controlling the ball, and they haven't been able to keep the ball for too long.
Yeah, and then on the other side, it seems like it's the complete opposite. Anything they want to do, they will do it. Here, nice big run from Deck coming up the middle, and then, hey, why not? Only his third touchdown of the day. Lowering his shoulder, finding his way to the end zone for another 6 points.
Run so far of 2, 1, and 2 yards for the scores.
And Bracco here finding his brother coming all the way across the field for another first down pickup. I already said he was down at this point.
Looking at it again, we didn't have a chance to really see it.
Yeah, that looked close.
That was a lot closer than I think they gave credit to.
Yeah, for sure. And then another run here by Deck.
10, 11 yards a pop, it seemed, every single time he had the ball. This was from 11 yards out.
A toss, right side, 11 yards, got a block, and was able to get a touchdown. And that's kind of where we set it, of course. There was a fast-paced offense for the Farmers, but the score still at 28.
He was able to tiptoe down the sidelines to get that score.
Yeah.
Here was another good play to get out of from within the 5-yard line, out past the 20-yard line. You see at the time there was a little over a minute left in the game.
Yeah.
Just could not get things going too much. Had another good play, which might be the one here.
And this was the little floater over the top. And so the Farmers have shown the potential that their offense can run at, but it's just about overall executing these drives and putting something in the end zone that's really been killing them. And also, of course, penalties in that first half.
We referenced the keys to the game. Way back when, we gave you the keys to the game, presented by New York Life. For over 175 years, New York Life has been helping families and businesses with their life, disability, and long-term care planning needs. Whether you have a current coverage in place or in need of reviewing your options, please contact our office in Allentown to find the right plan to fit your needs. Call New York Life at 610-616-4430 today. So, Terry, we know that Phillipsburg is going to get the ball to start the second half we would imagine you're not changing a thing.
No.
You like what you've seen through the first 2 quarters. If I'm Union, I don't know that I'm changing anything either. I just want to execute a little bit better.
Yeah, like I said, the main thing about the Farmers is penalties. They've had situations where they were able to get a little bit down the field, and it was almost like, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. You have a big play here. On the next one, a penalty brings you back. So overall, just being able to execute and playing sound football and, like you said, change nothing but just overall executing drives.
The one thing to keep an eye on towards the end of that last possession, Jameer Hall, the running back, limped off the field.
Yeah.
I do think I saw him on the far side kind of walking on his own power, so hopefully he is back out there because that changes things.
Yeah.
He was a big part of that offense with the running game. If he's good to go, to me, you work the passing game, you work that running game. Like I said, it's about execution, and it's about playing clean football in the second half. So for me, Coach Duffy said it going into the locker room. He's going to treat it as 0-0.
Yeah.
I think both teams need to treat it as 0-0. Go out there, execute your offense, do your game plan on defense, because if you're Union, maybe when it's all said and done, you're not going to win this game.
Yeah.
But it's about building for next week.
Right.
And it's about building for next year. There's a lot of young talent on this team. Put some drives together. Try to put a quarter or 2 together and see where that can take you.
And overall, you look at the score, regardless, you still want to finish the game strong. You don't want to, tuck your tails and have a goose egg on the board. So for Union to be able to come out of this game regardless of the score and be able to feel a little better about going into next week, that's always positive for any team.
We did see running back Shane Moore for Phillipsburg exit on, again, what was a good play that for them was also called back on a block in the back or a hold in that situation. So both teams want to clean some things up a little bit. We'll have to see if what Moore's situation is, and certainly on the other side, Jameer Hall. We also saw an official get leg whipped. We understand that he was getting some ice in this at halftime. We'll see if he's able to get out there and continue his duties as we are moments away from the start of this second half. Both teams are out with their late halftime stretches, trying to get a glimpse of who is out there. And I do see Jameer Hall at about the 19-yard line on the far sideline getting his stretching in, so hopefully he is good to go because he is going to be needed as a big part of the Union offense.
And we've already seen a little bit what he can do in those highlight packages. Certainly someone who they want to be able to carry their offense with.
If you're a student from any District 11 school and are interested in broadcasting, journalism, or photography, check out d11sports.com. Follow your dream and get close to the action as you take part in our student internship program. For more information, contact your athletic director or reach out to Al or Dave at d11sports.com. D11 Sports thanks Michael R. Glovis, financial advisor at Morgan Stanley in Easton, for his sponsorship of the Game of the Week. For your investment needs, call Michael R. Glovis at 610-559-6380. Located at 101 Larry Holmes Drive, Suite 301, Easton, PA. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC, member SIPC. Next weekend, we'll be bringing you 2 games of the week. Friday, Northwestern hosts Southern Lehigh. And then the big Liberty Freedom matchup on Saturday. Check out D11 Sports on social media for links and times.
Those are huge games next week.
Oh, yeah. Southern Lehigh, Northwestern.
Oh, yeah.
I believe still unbeaten, both of them. That will change next week. And perhaps deciding the Christmas City Championship with Liberty and Freedom. as our Pennsylvania teams be going into the last week of the regular season. New Jersey still has a couple more next week, or one more. Bridgewater Raritan will come into town to take on the Stateliners, while Union will be at Elizabeth. Of course, there's a holiday coming up and a big matchup with the Red Rovers across the river.
And that's always big for the Stateliners.
Absolutely. Both teams extremely good, and both teams very good on the ground.
Yeah.
We did the Easton Northampton game on D11 Sports a couple weeks ago. Cole Ordway, the quarterback for Easton, tied a school record with 6 rushing touchdowns. And at least 3, if not 4 of them were like 35 yards or more. 2 of them over 50.
Wow.
We talked about, Sam Deck with the 2, 1, and 2 yards so far. Kickoff start of the second half is recovered after dropped by Aiden Rovey. He spins over to the near side out at past the 30-yard line. So made something out of nothing after bobbling the short kick. And the Stateliners will have first down, their first possession of the second half, up 28-0. It is the starters out there. Although Xavier Campbell-Graham is a second running back. Maybe in place of Shane Moore, we mentioned was injured in that first half. Rocco, handoff is to Deck up the middle. Carrying a defender or two out to the 39-yard line. A good pickup on first down.
You can certainly expect to see a lot of Sam Deck in the second half, knowing the situation here, knowing the ground game has been working phenomenally for the Stateliners. I would imagine they're not going to try anything fancy in terms of passes. They're going to try and keep it on the ground, try and be more methodical, and overall just try and pound the rock.
It was a gain of 8. It'll be 2nd and 2 at the 39. And somebody jumped. It's going to be a false start on the Stateliners. Saw that a little bit in the first half. Their first drive, it didn't impede them from scoring, but they had to pick up a 3rd and 11, which they were able to do on the legs of Dominic Bracco. This will be 2nd and 7. Back to the 34. 2 wide receivers far side. It's Reed and Bracco. Birmingham to the near side. Handoff is Deck, hesitates, tries to pop around the outside. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, maybe gain a yard, but there's a flag on the play. It's going to be a 5-yard face mask. It is not enough for a first down, but it essentially is going to be just short of that first down, but it's going to get back the penalty yardage from a moment ago. And actually they do. It is just enough for the first down. 1st and 10, Stateliners.
Unfortunate because Silva and Bernal on the other side for the Farmer was able to bunch up the middle of this line, and Deck had to bounce it outside, and some reinforcements were able to get in, but obviously with the penalty, it doesn't really matter now.
Under center. Handoff up the middle. Good pickup of 10 yards. As that was Campbell-Graham. Xavier Campbell-Graham with his first carry of the night.
Nice and under center. And again, that left side of the offensive line, some of those guys, Mulvaney, Stocker, able to just wash down the defensive lineman to give Campbell some space to be able to run.
Campbell-Graham still in the backfield. Two wide receivers to the far side. Bracco drops back to pass. Has an open. Michael Bracco spins. Dives to about the 26-yard line. It'll be a 1st and 10, State Liners. Dom to Mike.
Really great read by Dom Bracco. His brother in the slot here on the right side. Bracco sees his brother in the slot and going up the seam and just keeps his eyes on him and throws a nice throw.
Looked like he heard the footsteps behind him.
Yeah.
If he would have just kept going straight, he probably picks up a couple more yards. Handoff. Far side, down the sideline, and into the end zone for the touchdown. That one is Vincent Berger from 26 yards out.
Now, I believe this is the 5th or 6th individual for the State Liners to run the football. And like I said earlier, when you have a lot of versatility in terms of guys that can run it, you give it to him. Berger's got a great space on the right side. Almost goes untouched in the end zone for a big touchdown.
Alexi Morera for the extra point. The hold from Cameron Baylor. It is up, and it is good. 35-0. Phillipsburg has scored touchdown rushes on every possession so far tonight.
Exactly what they wanted to do. I believe they only had one pass on that drive where the State Liners wanted to establish some more dominance on the ground coming out of the half, and they did just that and putting up 35 unanswered. Certainly a good night for the State Liners overall.
Frank Duffy did mention when he talked to Amber going into the locker room that there's potential to get some second stringers in there as this game goes on. You probably would see a little bit more, but to his credit, he said, look, you got to keep up the standard.
Yeah.
And so far, so good. A lot of the first string was still out there, but so far, so good with this first drive of the second half. $35-0 is the score. Hardy and Paiute back to receive. Morera, 5 points already tonight. Set to kick it off. End over end, back to Paiute at the past the 10-yard line. He's going to let it drop. That's a big mistake. He has to pick it up at the 2-yard line. And they are going to be deep in their own territory. He thought that was going to go into the end zone for a touchback. It checked up at the 2, and if he didn't get it, that's a live ball.
And that's fortunate he was able to get it. But, man, you just got to be able to know the situation. And overall, you call for a fair catch, at least find where the football is going to land before you decide to walk off.
We talk a little bit about the inexperience of some of these players. That is a senior running back who made a mistake. It's a sophomore quarterback, a sophomore center. We talked a couple of times about the low snaps. They're going to get that going as they get a little further. But at the 3-yard line, dangerous position here. And it is Paiute in the backfield. No Hall at the moment. Complete to the far side. It's Thompson. Dives for the sticks. I think it's going to fall just short. They might actually give it to him. It is a first down. A good positive play to get a little bit more breathing room.
Yeah.
Talk about making it difficult for yourself.
Yeah, well, this is a second situation where the Farmers are, backed up in their own end zone to start first down. And like you said, able to get a little breathing room. So good job there to at least be out of the shadow of their own end zone and have some room to make something going.
Slot to the near side, wide receiver to the far side. Hand off to Payute. Goes up the middle for a few before he's pushed back. Looks like they'll give him a yard and nothing more. Should be 2nd and 9.
Now, if you are the Farmers, just what do you got? You know, the situation obviously not in your favor. You're down 35-0. This game seems almost all but over. What kind of team are you? What kind of toughness do you have within yourselves to see the situation, still be able to play? We're going to find out here on this drive.
2nd and 9 at the 14-yard line. Stack wide receivers on the near side. High snap this time. Screen out to the near side. Get past the 15, nothing more. Another short gain, but it brings up a 3rd and medium. That pass was complete to Josiah Timms.
And one thing Coach Duffy said was this defense is flying around. They're relentless, showing a great amount of effort to the ball. Exactly what you want, especially if you're the defense coordinator in Chris Labach, seeing all 11 hats to the ball, multiple guys to the ball carrier to bring them down.
Hand off to Payute on 3rd and 6, and it's going to be a short gain.
Number 44, Vincent Berger on stop.
It's 4th down. They're going to go for it. What about 4th and 4? A little more risky in this situation, but when you look at the score, kind of see what's up here. I don't think they know what's going on.
I don't think they do either.
Quarterback Bryant is walking off, and a timeout is called. I don't know that they knew it was 4th down.
Yeah. It was just overall confusion.
There seems to be some confusion here.
Overall, just a lot of confusion on the side of the Union Farmers.
I don't know if they were confused by the down, then the quarterback was going, maybe he was confused by the play, and eventually they just called timeout. It is a running clock with the 35-0 score. It does stop here with that timeout. Does look like they are still planning to go for it, but it was an issue of maybe getting the play call in, and the play clock was already down to 8. You were risking of a delay of game, so the timeout was the prudent move.
Gotta make sure you get everybody on the same page, no matter what the score is, on each and every play. So at least able to regroup and find out what they want to do on 4th down. Are the Farmers? And out they come back.
Offense is still out there. Payute is the running back. It's 4th and 3. 2 wide receivers. Drifting to the far side. Pass is going to be short and incomplete, and it's going to be a turnover on downs, and the State Liners will take over. Had a man. It was Zaire Thompson, but throwing on the run across his body. The righty going towards the left side. Just didn't get enough on that to get the pass there.
It's happened a few times tonight where Bryant's had an open receiver, and whether he threw it off his back foot or had to throw across his body, he just kind of threw it a little low and it hit the floor. But like you said, regardless, still a turnover on downs.
New quarterback is Thomas Labella, junior quarterback. Handoff went up the middle to about the 15-yard line.
That ball came out a little bit. Look at the start of the play.
Mateus Theoridis, number 33, the halfback. Actually, it was the fullback that got the handoff.
Yeah, couldn't see it a little bit, but he was able to at least jump on it.
2nd and 6 after gain of 4. Handoff. Not going to be much. Aiden Rovey was stood up at about the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and 6. They'll say he got to the 15-yard line. Thomas Labella, junior quarterback, number 17. Wide receivers to either side, fullback and running back in the I formation. Hand off to the fullback, up the middle. Not going to get enough for the first down. Theoretis on the carry again. It'll be 4th down. Looks like they might have given him a yard. It'll be 4th and 5. They will go for it. See if they put the ball in the air or keep it on the ground. Receiver to the far side. Labella rolls, drops it. Two receivers. Is he in the end zone? I don't know that he's in. It is a first down. Looks like 1st and goal. Theoretis on the reception. They're going to mark him down at the 1-yard line. And I think he might be the one who's down. He took a hit.
Yeah, he took a licking.
Approaching the goal line. What a great play, though. Labella rolling out. And kind of going with him was Theoretis.
Surprised they even decided that. I would have thought they would have given their kicker an extra rep, but hey, see what you got in some of your younger guys, and we're going to see it here. Labella rolling out. Guy stepping up, and he's able to dump it off Theoretis, and yeah, he took a licking.
Yeah, he did.
I don't think he got in, but he looks like the man that's also down. And
Josiah Timms, who's a wide receiver and a defensive back, he kept Theoretis out of the end zone. But Theoretis just kind of came out in the same direction as Labella did, and the man on him left him to go try to get Labella.
Yeah.
Left him wide open for the reception and the first down, but certainly paid the price for it at the end of that play. They did not signal for the touchdown. It'll be 1st and goal at the 1-yard line when play resumes. Hey, fans, want your athlete to take their game to the next level? Then check out St. Luke's Sportsplex, your ultimate destination for camps, clinics, performance, speed, and agility and weight training, as well as turf and court rentals. Whether you're a weekend warrior or a future superstar, we've got the programs to make you faster, stronger, and unstoppable. Don't wait. Stop by the Sportsplex or visit sluhn.org/sports and get in the game today. You talk about unstoppable, Terry, and that was the first half for Sam Deck and this running game. And it looks like a lot of the line out here is also the second stringers. So not having the same kind of success, although they are on the doorstep of punching it in. But you can't say enough about the again, we'll go back to the line. And the starting line, Ryan Mulvaney, Kai Stocker, Declan Updike, Alex Randazzo, and Zach Furson. They opened up some holes. Of course, the fullback in Tyler Wargo was a big part of that. Got some good yardage as well, but also the lead blocker for Sam Deck. And I don't think Frank Duffy could ask for any more from that starting unit.
Yeah, just overall, there's going to be a lot of smiling faces in the film room when they watch this back on the offensive side. And they've done a good job at sticking with the game plan in terms of establishing the run, understanding the situation in terms of losing last week and knowing they had to come out and dig themselves out of a hole. And that's actually a good point. They have the word dig on their field. From what I know, it's an acronym. I'm not sure what the acronym means, but essentially the whole art is to continue to fight, continue to bounce back from, bad situations. Even in good situations, you continue to dig, continue to play hard, and that's what the State Liners have done tonight, and obviously it's worked out well in their favor.
I did know what dig stood for and stands for. I am drawing a blank at the moment. At one point, I was aware of what it was because it's on the back of T-shirts, on the sideline, and as you pointed out, and in some views you can kind of see the D right there on the field. It's it is painted at the 25-yard line. They are bringing out a stretcher, which we don't want to see. I do believe, I think somebody on the far side was waving them off, and there might be some confusion as to whether it's needed, but certainly we, our well wishes are to the injured player, who we believe is Matthios Theoridis, who, as you mentioned, and we've seen, just took a big hit from Josiah Tibbs. It was a clean play, by all means. Let's not even think otherwise, but kept him out of the end zone and unfortunately just landed hard and took the big hit. So, hopefully just precautionary measures at the moment. The staff will be taking care of him, and we certainly hope for the best.
We spoke about it a little bit before. The most unfortunate part of this game is the risk we take in terms of the bodies. Injuries happen. You do your best to avoid them, but this is unfortunate risk of playing this game. It's a very physical, very tough game. Like you said, we just hope Theoridis is all right.
Why don't we step aside? We'll take a quick break, and hopefully when we get back, we can get back to some live action. Phillipsburg leads 35-0, and at this moment, that does not matter. Back in a bit.
Everyone has a story, and your smile is the best way to tell it. It shows your confidence, greets new people, and opens the door to new possibilities. St. Luke's OMS offers a revolutionary dental implant solution to help you regain your smile. The All-on-4 procedure provides a permanent alternative to traditional dentures for individuals who have lost all their upper or lower teeth. The benefits of our All-on-4 are experiencing immediate results, often receiving your new teeth on the same day as surgery, improving daily activities such as eating, speaking, and smiling, leading to a better quality of life, long-lasting and stable implant design, providing a secure fit that dentures cannot. The All-on-4 procedure is minimally invasive, reducing recovery time and discomfort. Our OMS team members are experts in oral surgery and specialize in this type of rehabilitation, ensuring a safe and effective process.
St. Luke's OMS helped me get my smile and confidence back.
Once you have your new smile, our OMS team will continue to support and care for you to promote a smooth recovery. Get the smile you deserve with St. Luke's OMS. Contact us today.
Learn what makes you unique with no-cost genetic screening through DNA Answers, a community health research program available through St. Luke's. Learn how your DNA impacts your health and if you are at risk for certain cancers and hereditary high cholesterol, a cause of heart disease. Gaining a better understanding of your genetic health risks can help you and your doctor personalize your care for a healthier future. Health insurance is not required to participate. Learn more at DNAanswers.org.
Did you know that every year our nation's hospitals are graded on quality and safety? Did you know this information is publicly available? Did you know that St. Luke's has earned 5 stars for quality and straight A's for safety? St. Luke's is the only PA-based health system and only 1 in 3 health systems in the nation to earn these outstanding recognitions. St. Luke's, the only locally based healthcare network serving as a model for the nation.
You're determined to stay active and enjoy life. Be at your best every day with St. Luke's Orthopedic Care. Start here and we'll get you back to doing what you love. With locations throughout the region, including St. Luke's Orthopedic Hospital West End campus, the best place for orthopedic care is always close to home. St. Luke's Orthopedic Care. Start here, go farther.
St. Luke's is consistently first in the region to embrace innovative technologies, providing better care for heart and vascular patients. Simply put, you can trust St. Luke's to treat your heart better. When it comes to heart and vascular care, put your heart in the best hands with St. Luke's.
Everyone has a story, and your smile is the best way to tell it. It shows your confidence, greets new friends, and opens the door to new possibilities.
St. Luke's OMS offers all-on-4 dental implants, a revolutionary solution to help you regain your smile.
Dental implants are a minimally invasive procedure that provides a permanent alternative to traditional dentures that will give you immediate results and enhance your quality of life. Get the smile you deserve with St. Luke's OMS. Contact us today.
And welcome back. They are taking Matthias Theoridis off the field with in a stretcher. Hopefully that's just a precautionary measures. His teammates on both sides were on their knees for all of that. They're all standing now, and a standing ovation from the crowd.
He's able to move his hand, give a bit of a thumbs up, so always positive.
It's great to see.
Yeah, yeah.
So now there's a game that
it's hard.
They'll have to finish, and
it's hard.
It will be first and goal at the 1 yard line after the great play from Theoridis. And as we do know, they do take a lot of precautions
for sure
with situations, and certainly we send our best to Matthias. It is first and goal. It is the 1 yard line. Quarterback keeper, and is going to be in there for the touchdown. A 1 yard keeper from Thomas Labella extends the Phillipsburg lead.
Nice little quarterback keeper by Labella. This here's got two backs behind him. At the 1 yard line, just able to sneak it and keep it himself. And I'm sure that's going to be really nice to tell Theoridis that after that big play you made, we were able to score.
Morera, the extra point. It is up and it is good. 42-0 is your score. And Terry, I knew if we talked about it, I'd get an answer. Shout out to my dad. Dig. Discipline. Ignore the noise. Grit.
Certainly a great acronym to live by. Knowing that those are definitely the three keys in terms of being able to win games and going through the season. Certainly I like the I part in terms of ignoring the noise, because certainly a lot of noise outside of this field and outside of that locker room.
Let me correct myself because I read it wrong. Shout out to my stepmother for the answer. She would be the one to have the answer. Thanks very much, Bev. Minute 14 remaining. That last extra point was good, right?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
They didn't put it on the scoreboard.
No.
That's why I was a little confused.
I believe it was good.
I wrote it down as good.
Yeah.
We have it good. Morera with the kick. And they will field it again at the 1 yard line. Get past the 10 yard line this time, out to about the 12. They've had some trouble with the kicks in this second half.
Yeah.
Some poor field position to show for it.
Overall, there's been some special teams little blunders here and there for the Farmers. Of course, we saw in that first half there was almost 2 situations where they almost had a blocked punt. I mean, there's certainly a lot to clean up on the side of Union.
Well, at the end of the day, it's a 1-6 team going up against a 5-1.
Yeah, for sure.
But there are certainly things that they'll be able to coach up from the film.
Well, I'd say a lot of the mistakes were kind of self-inflicted for the most part. A lot of penalties that drive themselves back in terms of offense. And, yeah, you're going to make mistakes on the football field, but you certainly do not want mistakes where it's kind of your fault and your team's own doing in terms of penalties and flags.
At the 12-yard line. 1st and 10, and that will end the third quarter. Clock was running, as we know. We'll go to the fourth quarter. We will step aside. They did put it up on the board. It is officially 42-0. State Liners in control. Back in a bit on the D11Sports.com High School Game of the Week, presented by St. Luke Sports Medicine.
You're determined to stay active and enjoy life. Be at your best every day with St. Luke's Orthopedic Care. Start here, and we'll get you back to doing what you love. With locations throughout the region, including St. Luke's Orthopedic Hospital West End campus, the best place for orthopedic care is always close to home. St. Luke's Orthopedic Care. Start here, go farther.
Did you know that every year our nation's hospitals are graded on quality and safety? Did you know this information is publicly available? Did you know that St. Luke's has earned 5 stars for quality and straight A's for safety? St. Luke's is the only PA-based health system and only 1 in 3 health systems in the nation to earn these outstanding recognitions. St. Luke's, the only locally based healthcare network serving as a model for the nation.
Apparently the mercy rule extended to the break between the third and the fourth quarters because we are ready to go. Little pitch again. Cuts up the seam. And dropped, I believe, just short of the line to gain. It's Adrian Montano. Actually, I don't know if it was or not. There's a 9. There's not a 9 on the roster. So our apologies. They do mark it as a first down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line. Elijah Bryant is the quarterback. They've been playing the second half without Hall. Run up the middle. Maybe gets back to the line to gain, maybe not. It is Chadley Payute on the carry. Looks like maybe a loss of 1 or no gain. We'll call it 2nd and 10.
Something I mentioned earlier, it's just overall for Union, you want to at least finish strong. You want to at least take that goose egg off the board and try to get something down the field for your offense. You know, they still have their starters in, and I assume that's part of the reason just in terms of the idea of finishing strong, and we'll see how they finish here.
Second and 10. Pass to the far side. It is caught by Hardy. Get across the 25-yard line. We'll see where they mark it. It'll be 3rd down.
A little under 10 left to go. So no one's in a real urgency to get on the line and get things going.
So it'll be 3rd and 4, 29-yard line. Looking near side, and it was overthrown looking for Zaire Thompson. They just did not seem to be on the same page on that throw.
Yeah, that's all it was. It looked like Thompson thought he was going to get it at a point of a slant. I think Bryant maybe wanted him to run up the sideline a little bit, and just a bit of a miscommunication from quarterback to receiver.
Number 9 is Jaden Forbes. He had a carry earlier. It is 4th and 4, and they will punt. Jordan Brady. Not sure if Peeberg thinks it's actually going to happen. Don't drop anybody back. Does get a nice little bounce and continues to do so inside the 35-yard line, and will stop nicely at the 30-yard line. Good punt from Jordan Brady. It'll be 1st and 10. Sincere Gilmer, senior running back. Thomas LaBelle is a junior quarterback, the backup.
It's always nice to see what you have in terms of going forward in the future. And I've got to be happy with LaBelle and what he's done in the limited time he's played.
Gilmer's going to get it again. Right up the hash marks. In past the 35, close to a first down. See if they move the sticks, and it looks like they will. It is a first down. Brad Kisselbach, senior lineman, is out there. He's trying to highlight some of the players. Late in the game, 5 minutes left. Hand off to the fullback. Nathan Connaughton, a senior running back. Not a lot of home games left. When you look at the potential of postseason, you know, some of these seniors, depending on how these games go over the next couple of weeks, these might be their only, or certainly their potentially their final carries, their final snaps. As the clock continues to run, as we approach 4.5 minutes remaining.
I mean, as a senior, you got to take all these opportunities when you get them. Doesn't matter if it's the first quarter or the fourth quarter. Anytime you get in there knowing it's going to be your last few times in the field, you take advantage of it.
They switch the positions of fullback and tailback. It's Connaughton from the tailback position this time. He's going to pick up a couple. It'll be 3rd and short as he and Gilmer swap positions. Apologies, that might have been Rovey again. Number 35, Aiden Rovey. He's a sophomore running back. He and Gilmer both in the backfield now. It's Gilmer. He's going to pick up the first down and then some. Again, the pile moves out towards the 20. Should get forward progress to about the 21. 1st and 10, Stateliners.
I get he's only 5'6", but 200-pound running back. He's a big boy running the football. Almost Derrick Henry-like, keeping those legs churning. Going to take a whole body of guys to get him down.
We'll try to talk to Sam Deck after the game. I think we could say he's the player of the game for the first half that he had.
I think that's unanimous.
Frank Duffy, the head coach as well. See if we can get them. Gilmer again up the middle. He's going to pick up a few. Two and a half to play. Ball's at the 18-yard line. It was a gain of 3. 2nd and 7. Last year's game, a 44-0 victory on the road for Phillipsburg. Right now, 42-0 with 2 minutes to go. Two running backs in the backfield. Gilmer gets it up the middle. Crosses the 15-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4 when it's all said and done. Petersburg doesn't necessarily seem to be in a hurry to score. No. They don't want to run up the score. At the same time, if you do have an opportunity to get, some players deeper on the bench into the end zone, I don't think you'd be upset by it.
And trust me, these backup players, if they do have an opportunity to score, they are going to score.
As far as I can tell, they're still going up against the first-team defense.
Yeah.
So give it a shot. Minute 10 left. Gilmer in the backfield. Two wide receivers to the far side. Labella to Gilmer, up the middle. He's going to get the first down and cross the 5-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal. And now potentially a race against the clock, 50 seconds left. Might only have one more play. The question is, does he punch it in or not? Under 40. It looks like they might just take a knee, and Labella will do that. The classy move with 27 seconds left.
Love it.
And the State Liners are going to win this one 42-0. So 86-0 over the last 2 games between these two teams. And they will meet at the 50-yard line for the post-game handshake as the clock continues to run down. 5 seconds remaining. And your final score is Phillipsburg 42 and Union nothing. Clearly they took their foot off the gas a little bit in the second half.
Yeah.
You had, of course, the running clock as well and the unfortunate injury to one of their players, which kind of takes things out of rhythm a little bit. They did punch it in from the 1-yard line immediately following that. But you certainly hope that everybody who was injured tonight, that it would be a short term and hopefully a lot of precautionary measures. But aside from that, if you're Frank Duffy, I think you have to be pleased with what you saw tonight from the squad.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, considering last week, he said this week's got to be a bounce back week, and oh boy, was it. So they'll be able to watch the film and have a lot of smiles while watching film and be able to carry this into next week and that last week. And I think overall, if you are the State Liners, it's just absolutely phenomenal to get a win on this field.
Well, it sounds like, and what we saw, it looked like they stuck to their keys to the game. They were presented by New York Life. For over 175 years, New York Life has been helping families and businesses with their life, disability, and long-term care planning needs. Whether you have current coverage in place or in need of reviewing your options, please contact their office in Allentown to find the right plan to fit your needs. Call New York Life at 610-616-4430. The Phillipsburg team, is joined by the cheerleaders in front of the marching band. Imagine it'll be the alma mater. Our interns down in the field. We'll get to them in just a little bit. We have Amber Alexa and Jacob Van Houten standing by. They'll get Frank Duffy as soon as they're able. Again, the team is with the band and the cheerleaders and the mascot, Susie Stateliner. And we're not sure if Coach Duffy will talk to the team first or talk to us. We will stand by for that. If you're Barris Grant, the head coach for Union, Terry, we talked about that at halftime, and it seemed like they were trying to stick to the game plan that they set forth in the first half. We did not see Jameer Hall. He was warming up, but we did not see him in the second half. Again, hopefully for him also precautionary measures in a game that was getting out of hand. But I think there's certainly some plays that you saw from the offense that you can build off of, especially with a young team. They shot themselves in the foot an awful lot when it came to some pre-snap penalties and some post-play penalties as well.
Yeah, and that's what you get with youth. That's what you get with inexperience. You know, we have a lot of situations where, like you said, shooting themselves in the foot, pre-snap penalties. But this team, as we've been saying, very youthful. You know, they've got a great coach who is as passionate about developing these kids as these kids are to grow. And I think down the line and in years to come, Union could really be a force in this league.
When the stadium's courts and fields are quiet and the crowds are gone, St. Luke's Sports Medicine is still at work in athletic training rooms, on sidelines, and at practices, before games and after games. No matter your sport or position, St. Luke's is on your team with the best athletic trainers, performance coaches, physical therapists, and orthopedic sports medicine physicians and surgeons. We'll get you back on your feet and back in the game. St. Luke's is the region's only varsity team in sports medicine. Mentioned earlier for Union, they've got a game at Elizabeth next week to finish their season. Phillipsburg will host Bridgewater Raritan before hosting the potential of a few state playoff games right here at Maloney Stadium. And, of course, no matter what happens within the state, Thanksgiving Day over at Lafayette, the State Liners will take on the Red Rovers of Easton, which is shaping up to be a very good game.
Oh, yeah.
And a strength on strength, I'd say running on running game. When it's all said and done, we'll have next month for that. We mentioned earlier, too, next weekend, D11sports.com giving you 2 games. Southern Lehigh at Northwestern in a battle of unbeatens in the Colonial League on Friday night. And then part of the Christmas City Championship Series, Freedom and Liberty from BASD Stadium on Saturday. So check out D11sports.com for times and links for those. We mentioned, we didn't really ask anybody, but for us, our player of the game was Sam Deck. We did not see him in the second half at all.
Yeah.
But he had himself a game through the first 2 quarters. 4 touchdowns, and not many of them were long. The longest one was his last one of 11 yards.
Yeah.
The other ones were 2, 1, and 2. But it was the big yards that got him there and got him in position to have those punch-ins. We showed it at halftime. The first play from scrimmage was a 35-yarder, give or take. He had a couple others up the middle for 12, 15, 20 yards. He was everything that they needed him to be tonight.
Yeah, exactly. And we've been saying all night the plan for Phillipsburg was to establish a run. And like you said, a lot of these touchdowns weren't for long carries, 1, 2, 1 yards. But when you have a guy who gets you in these situations where he's picking up big 20, big 30-yard carries and then getting you all the way to the red zone, you're going to have to give it to him and let him do his thing. And they wanted him to have a big game. He had a big game like he always does, and for sure our player of the game. I wonder who they'll choose for the player of the game here.
We talked about the keys of the game earlier, and just to kind of rehash that, Phillipsburg established the run. Check. Limit explosive plays. I would say on defense, check.
Yeah.
They had defensive accountability. They gave up a couple of plays here or there, but they were scattered.
Yeah.
There was really only a few really good first downs that weren't called back for touchdown or called back because of penalties. But they did a nice job of containing. There were not many plays that were run inside Phillipsburg territory. I'd say check for them as well.
Yeah, and they really played discipline, really played good, sound defensive football. Like you said, the big plays that they had were kind of scattered here and there, but for the most part, they were able to stick to the code, which is just play overall disciplined, tough football, and that's part of what led to the win here tonight.
And it was a mixed bag for Union. Limit the big plays. There weren't a ton of big plays. A couple of runs that we talked about. Contain the run, that did not work.
Yeah.
Be disciplined on defense. There were a couple of penalties there. Make them earn every yard. I will say this. People earned every yard.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe that's a that's a wash. Yeah. Control the clock. It did not work in their favor. Protect the football. It was a clean game in that regard for both these teams, and capitalize on scoring opportunities. They really didn't have many scoring opportunities, and credit the defense for that. And we will go down to the sideline. Looks like Amber Alexa is with our player of the game, Sam Deck.
This is Amber Alexa, and I'm here with the player of the game, Sam Deck. You scored 4 touchdowns in the first half. Why was it important to establish an early offensive attack against Union?
Well, I mean, we knew what we were going to do coming in the game. We were just going to, run the ball, beat them in the first half, and let our backups, take over in the second half. And that's kind of what happened. So my O-line was killing them.
How do you feel that the team played today, both offensive and defensively?
I think we played pretty good, obviously, because it was, 42-0. But offensively wise, we made too many mistakes. We false started too many times, too many holding calls. So against a better team, that's not going to work. So we got to really get better on that.
And what is your overall outlook on the rest of the season?
Just keep working hard, keep working hard, keep going, and good things are going to come.
Thank you and great job today. Back to you guys.
Thanks very much, Amber. We'll try to get Coach Duffy in a moment as well, as it looks like he was stolen away. Dave's got to do a better job down there of wrangling our people.
Yeah.
He's got one job.
One job. Just get guys for interviews, but it's all right. He's great.
Play a little defense on on the newspaper reporters that are their deadline's not till later. Our deadline is now.
Yeah, it's a competition.
Sean wants to go home.
Yeah, Sean is standing up ready to get out of here.
Well, we'll try to get Coach Duffy in just a moment, and we do want to hear from him after after a game like this. An emotional game with some of the injuries, but a game that they wanted to bounce back. So let me ask you your final thoughts. We'll kind of do some things in reverse here. Just your overall final thoughts on what you saw from Phillipsburg specifically in this game.
Well, like we said, they really stuck to the plan. They wanted this to feel like a bounce-back situation. They wanted to redefine their identity and just overall, remedy the situation from last week, and they did that in bundles. They ran the ball very effectively, made sure that they established dominance on the run, and like I said earlier, for their defense, for Chris Labach's defense, they played very sound, disciplined defense, kept everything in front of them. They got pressure, especially when they needed it, and I think overall it's just a very, very good team win for the State Liners.
All right, we heard from Amber with Sam, and now we're going to have Jacob Van Houten, our second intern. He's with the Victorious head coach.
I'm Jacob Van Houten, and I'm here with Coach Duffy. Coach, congrats on the win. How do you feel the team played today?
I thought we played exceptionally well. Offensively, we were able to run the football, and that's what we want to do. And Dominic Bracco, our young quarterback, made some great plays with his feet and throwing the ball in the air. And in the second half, we got some guys in there that usually don't get a lot of playing time, and it was great to see them pitch a shutout defensively and play Phillipsburg football to our standards.
Awesome. Yeah. What's your future game plan for the rest of the season?
Run the football, play great defense, do something special in special teams.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Jacob. I think he summed it up nicely. And if you can do that, run the football, play good defense, do something special, that's a recipe for success, if you ask me.
Absolutely.
Many thanks to Sean Riley and his exceptional crew for pushing all the right buttons and handling everything, maybe most of the right buttons.
Oh, Sean, we love you. Come on.
Thanks to Amber and Jacob doing some great interviews as well. Thanks to Dave down on the field for thanks for Dave down on the field. Terry, it's been a pleasure, man.
Absolutely, man.
This was a fun game to call with you. Final score again, 42-0. The State Liners take out the Farmers of Union. For Terry Maynard, I'm Matt Marcus. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. This has been the D11Sports.com High School Game of the Week presented by St. Luke Sports Medicine.